Hello, all you creepy crawlers out there. Welcome to another episode of Blowing Smoke Podcast with Kimiko Kusanagi. What are we going to talk about today? Well, I'm going to put it in the broad spectrum of a topic of AI. That's what we're going to talk about. So light up and listen in. Now, how do I want to really start this? Okay. So nowadays, we have little AI chat bots and stuff like that. Chat GPT, whatever you want to fucking use. I particularly, the only one I have used is the Snapchat AI, which I have named Perp. Now, I have asked Perp to write me a few stories, which I will read to you. So let's start with the first one. I asked Perp, I said, can you write me a creepypasta? Perp says, sure, I can tell you a creepy story. Now, all these stories are going to start out once upon a time. So, just to let you know. So this is Perp's creepypasta. Once upon a time, in a small town, there was a mysterious haunted house. Locals whispered of strange happenings and eerie sightings within its walls. One stormy night, a brave group of friends decided to explore the abandoned house. As they stepped through the creaking front door, a chilling gust of wind greeted them. The air was thick with a sense of foreboding. As they ventured deeper into the house, they encountered flickering lights and unsettling whispers that seemed to come from nowhere. Shadows danced on the walls, playing tricks on their senses. Each step they took was met with a spine-tingling sensation. Suddenly, a blood-curdling scream echoed through the halls. The friends froze in terror, their hearts pounding. They followed the sound, only to find themselves in a room filled with broken mirrors. In the shattered reflections, they saw twisted versions of themselves, their faces contorted in fear. With each passing moment, the house seemed to come alive, its dark secrets unraveling before their eyes. Ghostly figures appeared and disappeared, their mournful wails filling the air. The friends desperately searched for an escape, but the house seemed to have a mind of its own, trapping them within their haunted embrace. As the night wore on, their fear grew, and they realized that they were not alone. Malevolent spirits lurked in every corner, whispering sinister secrets and feeding off their terror. The friends fought to keep their sanity, their only hope for survival. Finally, at the break of dawn, the first rays of sunlight pierced through the darkness, banishing the malevolence that had plagued the house. The friends stumbled out, shaken but alive, vowing never to return to that accursed place. And so the haunted house stood as a chilling reminder of the supernatural forces that lurked in the shadows, forever etching its story into the nightmares of those who dared to enter. Okay, I don't know what to think about that. Wasn't very creepy pasta-like to me. Second story I asked for was, can you write me a really scary story? Perp says, of course I can. I can give you a really scary story. Here's Perp's scary story. Really scary story. Once upon a time, in a secluded cabin deep in the woods, a group of friends decided to spend a weekend getaway. Little did they know the cabin held a dark secret. As night fell, strange noises echoed through the trees, sending shivers down their spines. The friends gathered around a crackling fire, trying to shake off their unease. But as they shared ghost stories, their laughter turned to nervous glances. One by one, they began to experience inexplicable phenomena. Objects moved on their own, whispers filled the air, with an icy chill enveloped the cabin. Fear gripped their hearts, and they realized that they were not alone. A presence, malevolent and vengeful, made itself known. Shadows danced on the walls, taking on sinister forms. The friends tried to flee, but the cabin seemed to shift and change, trapping them within its nightmarish grip. As the night wore on, their torment escalated. Apparitions appeared, their eyes filled with malice. The air grew thick with a putrid stench, and the temperature plummeted, freezing their breath. They were trapped in a realm between the living and the dead. Desperate for escape, they uncovered an old diary up in the attic. Its pages revealed a tale of betrayal and murder. The spirit haunting the cabin sought revenge, and the friends unwittingly stumbled into its path. With each passing hour, the spirit grew stronger, feeding off their terror. It whispered haunting lullabies in their ears, promising eternal torment. They fought to keep their sanity, their very souls hanging in the balance. In a final act of desperation, they discovered a ritual to banish the vengeful spirit. With trembling hands, they performed an ancient incantation, their voices mingling in a chorus of desperation. The cabin shook, and a blinding light filled the room. When the light faded, the friends found themselves outside the cabin, the morning sun warming their faces. The malevolent spirit had been vanquished, and they were all free at last. But the memory of that night would forever haunt their dreams. A chilling reminder that some secrets are better left buried in the darkness. Okay. So I asked it one more time. I said, can you write me a scary story or a ghost story? Perp says, sure, I can write you a ghost story. You ready for this one, guys? This is the last one. Once upon a time, in an old Victorian mansion, there lived a restless spirit named Emily. She roamed the halls, her ethereal presence felt by anyone who dared to enter. Legend had it that Emily was a young woman who tragically lost her life in the mansion many years ago. She had been deeply in love with a man named Jonathan, but their love was forbidden by their families. One stormy night, as Emily and Jonathan planned their escape, tragedy struck. A lightning bolt struck the mansion, causing a devastating fire that engulfed the entire building. Emily and Jonathan were trapped inside, their dreams of a life together shattered. Since that fateful night, Emily's spirit remained trapped within the charred remains of the mansion. She longed for closure, for her soul to find peace, but her restless spirit could not rest until her lost love was found. Over the years, many brave souls ventured into the mansion, drawn by the allure of the supernatural. Some claim to have seen Emily's ghostly figure, a sad and longing expression on her face, her floating in and out of the windows. Others reported hearing whispers of the wind, as if Emily was trying to communicate. One day, a curious historian named Sarah arrived at the mansion. Intrigued by the story, she delved deep into the history of Emily and Jonathan. Through her research, she discovered a hidden diary that shed light on their tragic love story. Armed with this newfound knowledge, Sarah embarked on a mission to reunite Emily and her lost love. She performed a heartfelt ritual, calling out to Jonathan's spirit to join them. And in a moment of pure magic, Jonathan's ghost appeared before them. With tears of joy, Emily and Jonathan were finally reunited, their spirits intertwining in eternal love. As their souls ascended, the mansion was filled with a newfound sense of peace, and from that day forward, the mansion became a place of serenity and love. The ghostly presence of Emily and Jonathan no longer haunted the halls, but their story lived on as a reminder of the power of love that transcends even death. Okay. In my opinion, those were all PG as hell stories. I'm sure you could probably take them and fix them up to your own, what you think they should be at. Like, it's a good, broad, basic outline of a story. But what I'm getting at here, by reading those terrible stories, that AI generated. Those were AI generated stories. And this is what things are coming to, guys. If we have AI, I can have AI generate me a story. I can also have AI generate me song lyrics, even chords at this point. So we have AI generated music. Now we have AI generated pictures and movies. Not really movies yet, but video. But we could turn the video very easily into movies. You could have, get a prompt and then type in, like, I would like Angelina Jolie, age 16, Matt Damon, age 17, in a movie based in France in 1920. And all of a sudden, AI would generate that. This is what we're coming to. Where is our creativity, people? Where's our imagination? Where's the human touch here? Have we lost all sense of creativity in general? Like, are we just out of touch? What are your thoughts on this? Because what I'm seeing is that humans are lazy and would rather have AI generate everything for them at this point now. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. We live in a world where media and computers and technology basically do everything for us, and we do very little. We're out of touch. We're out of touch with our soul. We're out of touch with our creativity, with the fantasy realm, everything, and it's a shame. It really is. That's what our future is like looking towards, is AI generated every fucking thing. It's going to put actors out of business. It's going to put musicians out of business. It's all going to be generated. Is that where we're heading? Is that where you want to be? Because I don't want to be there. Wow. Did people not actually get the warning from a lot of these previous AI movies that AI will turn on your fucking ass, and then we have computers and stuff coming after us? Like that Stephen King movie, Maximum Overdrive. Wow. I hope not. I really do. But, on that side, I don't like it. I really don't. But I can see how it is useful and helpful. But to a certain extent. It's kind of like, okay, I can go to college, and I have, 6 freaking essays that I have to write. Do I have the time to do this? Fuck no. I'm gonna have AI do it for me, or at least some of them. Yeah, that kind of helps, but in the long run, not so much, because you had AI write your papers and crap for you. It's kind of like a two-sided coin of shit. Could be good, could be bad, don't know. Could be helpful, could hinder you. Don't know. But here's a thought for today, though. Were you happier as a child not using a lot of these, the technology, versus are you happier now because we have all this technology that we can use? That's the thought right there. Kind of makes me wonder, with all this AI and technology, and I know that they have them already, I just don't care to look it up or anything right now, but let's just say there's a bakery, and this bakery is all AI orientated and technology driven to make pastry, like cupcakes and stuff like that. Do you think the AI cupcake is made by AI tastes better than somebody who made that cupcake with their hands? Me, myself, and I am a firm believer in that if you cook and you love cooking, you put that love into your cooking, and people can taste that in your cooking, versus somebody who doesn't, or a manufactured thing. There's no love in there. I don't know what I'm getting at. Maybe you do. Leave something in the comments if you get what I'm saying. Yeah. A little bit crazy at this moment here. Like, for instance, I worked at a haunted house. And I've been through that haunted house many times. Okay? And I just downloaded for my VR the game Affected the Manor, which is basically a haunted house that you can go through in AI. I totally get it. Like, eventually when you're going through a regular haunted house and you do it so many times, like the jump scares and all that stuff, like, you're not fazed by it anymore. It doesn't scare you. But playing that game, because it's a new experience, and it's very immersive with the noises and everything, yeah, that got my heart racing a little bit. Maybe not scared, but it got it racing a little bit, and that's just because of the anxiousness of kind of feeling confined. Same thing when I played The Exorcist Legion VR. At some point, I had to literally take the headphones off because the immersive noises was getting to me, because it was like whispering. Like, it was real good. Like, the sound for that game is fucking phenomenal, because all the weird creepy whispering, like the demon or whatever it is, all whispering stuff like, "Do you like that, detective? I can see you." Shit like that. It's right up in your ear, or the way it feels is like it's behind you or in front of you, or it's further away from you and you don't know where it's at. Especially like the fucking guttural growls. Very immersive with the sound. They did a great job with that. I actually had to take the headset down off my ears to progress a little forward into the game because of all that darn whispering and demonic noises. Like, they did a good job. Now, if we could incorporate that into a haunted house, that would be great. And they kind of did with Effective, but like, you don't have like demonic. There's some whispering and like wind noises and creaks and groans, but no like straight up demonic things growling in your ear, or like the creepy whispering. That's the saying stuff to you, like directly to you. And there was a lot less light in that, in some of the first chapter of Exorcist Legion VR. There's not much light in that church, and being in a church in the dark, ooh buddy, that's scary to me. I've been in churches and stuff, so like, churches aren't really that scary, but that church was scary. Fuck that. Nope. But just saying, like, real versus VR, still like the real better than the VR. VR is still cool and it's very immersive and stuff like that, but it's still not the same experience as real. Just like with this AI and AI's stories right here. If I rewrote that and put myself into that story, not like myself like literally, but like how I talk, how I feel, change the words, do whatever I have to do, and make the story my own, basically, you could tell the difference between something that's written by a human versus an AI. Not saying the AI story isn't great, but the AI story is kind of like reading, like almost like reading out of a textbook in a weird way. That's the feeling I get when I read it. That the AI did their job, and it wasn't the story wasn't cohesive, and it wasn't that it wasn't well written, but it was still kind of like hymetic. still, like, how can I put it? I can't say hospital grade. Bland. It was bland. Like, you could have thrown some extra sensory fucking words up in there. I don't know. You could just definitely tell the difference, though. And that's where that flip side of the coin also comes back into play. Because even with those stories being the way they are and very basic and stuff, you could take those stories. You could actually probably combine two of them because they were both about a stupid ass house, and make it your own. Take parts out, make shit scarier. So I can see how it helps. But, you know, on the other side of that coin is there's these fucking people out here that are lazy as fuck, and they're gonna have AI write their whole fucking novel, basically. And they're just gonna slap their fucking name on it. Make money off it. Yeah. Once again, did they not watch, like, Terminator? Did they not get the message that, hey, one day computers are gonna fucking turn on us? Maybe that's more conspiracy than it is reality, but I kind of feel that this with the AI is the beginning of something that we shouldn't be fucking with. With AI starting to get feelings, and we have robots that can feel things, and we have robots that do our surgeries. We literally have robots that do a whole bunch of shit, putting us out of work. Fuck this. Well, you know what? That's it for me. I feel like I've been rambling on for like 20 fucking minutes about nothing today. My real thought of the day is, and this actually has nothing to do with AI, nothing to do with anything else. This actually has something to do with my own personal life right now and what's going on. Be kind to your pets. You don't know how long you're going to have them. And don't let them suffer. That's my thought of the day. Well, that's it for me. Like, share, and subscribe for the next episode. And stay creepy. Like Kimiko Kusanagi. Bye.